Hi everybody, it's Alexa here from Pages of Forbidden Love for another In My Mailbox post. This week I'm going to try and just keep it short and light, and I'm only going to show you a couple books. Let's just get started. Some of the first books that I'm going to show you here is 3 books that I got from Borders. Again, they're having a huge closing sale. Not exactly something that you weren't aware of at this point. But my friend had given me a $10 gift card for there, and since most of their adult romance books, they're normally about $8, but they've been having them for about 60 or so % off. I was able to get 3 books, and I think it was a little bit over $10. It was like $12 or something, but so I just paid the extra $2 for them. The first one is Barely a Lady. This is actually a historical romance, and it's supposed to be the first in a new series by this author. Trying to remember what the name of the series is. It's called Drake's Rakes series, and it looks like the next 2 books are Never a Gentleman and Always a Temptress. Anyways, I've heard really good things about this one from some women over at the romance board on Barnes & Noble, so hopefully I like this story and it'll count towards my historical romance challenge for one of the blog challenges I'm doing. The next one is a bit newer. I believe this one just came out last month, I believe. And it's Tainted by Temptation. It kind of looks like it's an old romance just because the cover looks kind of old. But this one is supposed to be something to do with the sea, and I think he's like a sea captain or something. Let me read the back here real fast. It's a historical romance, I know that. Probably between... Oh, it says that the guy hurled his wife to her death from the cliffs, and now he's kind of met a new woman, so it's kind of like, is this possible that he really killed his first wife or whatever? So, sounds interesting. It sounds interesting when I read the blurb on it a couple weeks back, so that's why I picked this one up. And the last book that I got from Borders is actually a Kristen Higgins book. I've been told that her stories are amazing. They're contemporary romances, so they're a little bit more real-life stories. And this one is All I Ever Wanted. So I've heard her books are really awesome, and I really like the sound of this story and her newest one that is going to be coming out. I think it's My One and Only is the title of it. Anyways, I've heard that she's awesome. I heard that I must read her, so I picked up a copy of her book so that I could actually read her. The next 3 books that I'm going to show you are actually books that I got from Changing Hands Bookstore, which is one of the local kind of indie stores, they call them. It's got used books and new books there, and they take in trade-ins. So I had a bunch of old books, and I just kind of went through my shelves as I was organizing them last week, and I was like, well, you know, some of these things I've either read them and I don't really want to read them again, and I don't know who else would want to read them because none of my friends would read the type of stories that they were. Or they were books that I've had on my to be read pile for a very, very long time, and I just think now that I'm a little bit older, they're not exactly the style that I'm into anymore, so I just decided, hey, I'll see if I can get some money back for these and get some books that I actually want to read. The first one that I picked up while I was there, this is The White Queen. This is actually by the author who wrote The Other Bowling Girl. I read The Other Bowling Girl. I gave it, I think, 4 stars in my review. I thought it was good. You know, it's they're kind of more like revenge stories with the historical elements to them. They're kind of like historical romances, but there's a lot of action and kind of treachery and real world kind of feel that goes on to them. A lot of historical romances really glorify the romance side of it and say that, oh, it's going to be perfect and the man is going to treat the woman right. But really, in most historical time periods, that didn't really happen. There was a lot of stuff going on, especially with English crowns and stuff like that. But anyway, I did read The Other Bowling Girl. I decided not to get any of the other books in that series just because I wanted to see a different side of her writing. So The White Queen is the first in kind of a different series of hers. It's supposed to be about 2 brothers, I believe, who are fighting for a crown, where they're trying to get revenge on one another, and it's kind of a story about them and the women that they love. So hopefully I'll read this one and I'll really like it. The second book is already out in hardcover. It is The Red Queen. So I'm just kind of interested to see what this story is going to bring. The next book that I got is Dead Tossed Waves. Like I said in, I believe last week's post, when I showed Forest of Hands and Teeth, Carrie is going to be coming here for a book signing, so I'm really hoping that I like her books because now I got the second one as well. So hopefully they're good stories and I'll get to meet Carrie and get them signed. And the last book that I had for some credit, obviously from all the books that I traded in, I decided to get Spiritbound in paperback. This is the 5th book in the Vampire Academy series. I have not even started the Vampire Academy series yet, but this author is actually going to be in LA to the author event that I'm hoping to go to on April 9th. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to go there, and since she is there, hopefully I'll get the first 5 books signed. I don't want to buy the 6th book yet because it's in hardcover, and I'd rather that they all just match in paperback. Being a little bit weird about that, but if all 5 of them are in paperback and one of them is hardcover, kind of bothers me a little bit. Sorry, I'm a little bit OCD. Anyways, so I'm hoping this series is good. I've heard many great things about it, and I'm hoping to get to read at least part of this series before her spin-off series happens, which the first one is Bloodlines, which I believe comes out late summer, early fall, I want to say. Like around September, I think. Might be November. I don't know. There's so many books coming out, it's kind of a little bit hard to keep them all straight, especially since I read teen and adult stuff. But anyways, really looking forward to all of these books. Hopefully I'll be starting the Vampire Academy series sometime this summer. Hopefully gonna read Dead Tossed Waves maybe in the next month or 2, especially since Carrie is gonna be here in about, well, Carrie's gonna be here soon by the time this video actually gets posted. But that's all I got this week, and why don't you let me know what you got in your mailbox, and as always, thanks for listening, and I hope you have a great day.